So I wanted to go on like a section of the BDR, hit some forest road, maybe some fun stuff, see some scenery. And the two dudes on Dual Sports were like, what if we didn't do that? What if we went somewhere close and harder? So we're here at the OHV area. I should point out, Jake is on a 1200 GS that isn't his. Yeah, and the tire, the rear tire is a street tire. It's the streetiest street tire that ever streeted. Plus, he's got the wide-ass BMW cases. Oh, John's down. John's down. I missed it. Tim's on a 690. June is on a Husaberg, an actual dual sport, and John is on the ever reliable Norden 901.
Extremely reliable.
Yeah, with the second motor in it. Lucky guy. I was shocked. This thing is pretty stable coming in here. Did you see me jump? It was pretty cool. It's not a big deal. It's the first time I ever jumped this bike. If I don't think about how big a bike it is, it's great.
Yeah.
Which is why I have this mantra I've ever told you. It's what would DRZs do? Because what would I do if I was on my DRZ? I'd just give it gas and go, right?
Yep.
So I try to think about that when I'm on the bigger bikes. What would DRZs do? This place, though, I will say, we're at Climb Buttes OHV, is the best place to train if you're going to do the Oregon BDR, because it's all this sandy, rocky stuff everywhere. What's nice about the sand is I can't really see it. There's no contrast, so I just assume everything's fine and keep riding. Wow. Just have to not think about it. This is the kind of thing that would have puckered me so hard a year or two ago, and I'm like, even on the Mexico trip, there was sand not even this bad that I was like, oh, I don't know. But it helps that I've ridden out here a ton, so kind of know what it feels like. Yeah, I've been out here a ton of times with never on anything bigger than a 400. So, you know, it's a learning experience. This is all like sand plus rocky, plus there's whoops, and it's a great place to practice for the Orbiter because there's just so much of this. But the nice thing about here is you can get out, get a dose of it, and then get right back to camp. You're not out in the middle of nowhere where it's 50 miles of it either direction. So it's a very good place to practice if you want to get a feel for it, which, you know, I recommend if you're not familiar with this sandy, rocky type terrain. Oh, this is, I'm super impressed with this 790 right now. I thought this was going to be a nightmare. I'm going to try not to get overconfident. I'm also really impressed with these Tusk, the 2-track tires. They're crushing it right now. All right, here's some rocky stuff. Good test of the suspension, which I have not really tested much at all. Holy shit. Oh man, banked sandy corners. I can't believe I'm doing this. This bike handles very well. I'm impressed with it. I don't know if I would do this on the Transalp. Well, I mean, I might attempt it. I don't know if it'd be as easy. That's what you're after, huh? You like this sandy? I just don't have a lot of seat time on this bike, so that's why I mean by confidence inspiring is I'm just doing it. I'm just doing it in the sand right now. I gotta let him get farther ahead because I can't see the trail. Honestly, with minimal stress. Like, you know, the typical amount of sand stress, but seriously, I just am kind of blown away with how easy this is to ride right now. It's really good. Like, it just feels very planted. It doesn't feel tippy. It doesn't feel heavy, you know, until you think about it. Like, obviously it's pushing hard and stuff that in a way that a lighter bike won't. The extra power is actually very nice in the sand because it's really easy to get yourself out of trouble. And the suspension's holding up, like all things that I wasn't expecting from a bike that's $11,000 new. And I'm not using rally mode. I'm just in off-road mode. That's the other thing that's blowing me away is I'm in off-road mode in sand and it's doing just fine. Just fine. The off-road mode on these is so intuitive. It's one of my favorite things about the Norden. And the only mods I've done, tires obviously, but the stock tires on this suck. But I never even rode, I didn't ride a mile on them. I had them take them off at the dealership. But these Tusk tires are good. Oh my God, I can't believe how they're handling the sand. Really, really good. I'm happy with it. And this is the new rear. I got it replaced because, you know, they had the recall that everyone was so upset about. And they did the right thing by people and replaced the tires and gave people a gift card to cover the cost of having them remounted, which I thought was real classy and like not unnecessary, but they didn't have to do that. Most places would just give you a tire and be like, well, you have a tire, I don't know what to tell you. So anyway, happy with these Tusk 2-track tires. And some of my sandy, like I forget which bike I'm riding. I just like start doing stuff that I do on the other bike. And I usually ride a dirt bike here. Ah, it's so just, wow. They know what they're doing, KTM, I'll tell you that. So I've been working on this hypothesis that the Tenere is my favorite bike for doing hard stuff. My favorite big bike for doing hard stuff. But that was before I did any of this. I still think the bars are too low because I'm putting too much weight on them. I think they're too far forward. I got to roll them back. But damn, I mean, cruising 30 down this, and you can't tell, like, it just looks like a dirt road. And, you know, in some places it is, but it's a whoopee sandy, rocky extravaganza. Just real happy with this 790. Oh my god, shockingly good performance right now. I jumped it earlier, just kind of did there, but I don't think I got off the ground. What is this? What is this line? It's like, here, run over a bunch of bushes. Okay, fun. Bushes are fun, I guess. Yeah, and I really wish I had a B camera on the front of the bike right now so you could see the suspension working on this stuff and see the sand. Because it's moving, baby. I'm super impressed with this thing. That's all I can say. I don't think the riding, I don't think the video is going to convey it, but I didn't want to come out here. I thought it was going to be super hard. And it's just like challenging, but not butt-puckery hard. We've been doing dumb stuff like jumping over whoops and whatnot. Yeah, big shout out to Tyler and JD who coaching me through my fear of sand out in the desert in Mexico. Had to sink or swim that day, and well, I'm swimming now, boys. Swimming now. That's a tree, buddy. That's a tree. It doesn't know where we're going. That's fair. Yo, like that's like a 4-foot sandy drop, and I'm just like, man, it's probably fine. Yikes! Whoa. That was a little too far leaned over, buddy. Why'd you do that to yourself? Stay with it, though. Don't panic and fall. That's the trick in the sand, unfortunately. Yeah, see, that was the route I avoided on the way in. Oops. It's very sandy, so plow through, plow through. Keep the speed up.